At 2:47 in the morning, Lena's phone did not simply vibrate, it convulsed, a frantic, violent shudder that sent it skittering across the nightstand. The room was plunged into a cold, sterile blue light. She woke up slick with sweat, her heart hammering against her ribs like a trapped bird. It had been only a week since cancer had taken her mother, a week of hollow days and sleepless nights. She still hadn't found the strength to delete the number. On the screen, a new contact glowed with an alien intensity. Mom +1. The profile picture was a blurry photo of her mother standing by a window, a picture Lena had never seen before. But the eyes were not her mother's. They were black, empty voids, as if they had been burned out from the inside. With a hand that trembled so badly she could barely control it, Lena pressed call. The dial tone was not a sound she recognized. It was a wet, hollow ringing, as if echoing up from deep beneath the earth. The endless pulses stretched into an eternity, and then silence. A dead, heavy silence that was suddenly broken by a voice. It was her own voice, but it was broken, shredded by the rasp of a dying breath. "Don't answer," it whispered. "It's already inside." Lena gasped, a raw, ragged sound. "Mom, is that you?" But the voice continued, a sickening, gurgling sound, now bubbling in its throat. "It can hear you. Lock the door." The line went dead, leaving only the sound of her own breathing in the suffocating quiet, a series of short, panicked bursts, like a swimmer about to go under. 47 seconds later, the phone rang on its own, Mom +1. The vibrations seemed to travel up her arm and into her bones. A spiderweb of cracks spread across the screen, a delicate crystalline pattern, though she hadn't dropped it. She remembered the warning, her own voice begging her not to pick up. She swiped to decline the call, her thumb smearing the cracked glass. But it rang again, instantly, this time with a notification banner that slid down from the top of the screen. "Mom knows you're alone." On the third ring, she tore the back off the phone, ripped out the SIM card, and held down the power button until the screen went dark. For a moment, there was peace. Then it lit up again, no longer blue, but a pulsing, infernal red. Black letters filled the shattered display. "Pick up the phone." A wave of pure animal panic crashed over her. She scrambled to the bedroom door, fumbling with the lock until it clicked shut. She flicked on every light, flooding the room with a harsh, unforgiving glare. In the dresser mirror, her face was a pale, terrified mask. And for a split second, she saw it. A flicker of movement in the reflection of the hallway behind her. A shadow where no shadow should be. A sound came from the wall. A slow, deliberate scratching. Once. Twice. 3 times. The sound of fingernails dragging through plaster. The phone spoke again, this time without ringing. It was her mother's voice, but fractured and thin, woven through a blanket of static. "Daughter, it's in your blood. I tried to leave, but it brought me back." A scream tore from Lena's throat. She snatched the phone and hurled it against the far wall. It shattered on impact, the sound of breaking plastic and glass a sharp crack in the silence. But it wasn't over. From the shards of the screen, a thin, black slime began to ooze, thick and viscous. It crept across the floorboards, carrying a smell that turned her stomach. The smell of decay and hospital corridors, of sickness and the grave. The next morning, her friend found Lena huddled in a corner, rocking back and forth, her eyes wide and vacant. The apartment was pristine. The lights were on, the door was locked from the inside, and her phone was sitting on the nightstand, brand new, without a single scratch. But when her friend checked the contacts, she found it. Mom +1. And in the call log, a single missed call, timestamped at 2:47. Lena told her everything, her voice a hoarse whisper. "She was warning me." Her friend stayed as long as she could, but eventually the demands of the living world called her away. She promised to come back first thing in the morning. When she returned with the police, Lena was gone. The apartment was empty, except for a dark, greasy puddle of black slime on the floor. And next to it, a phone screen, shattered into 1,000 pieces. A single image remained on the broken display, a photo of Lena staring directly into the camera. Behind her, a second figure stood in the gloom. It was her mother, wearing Lena's face like a mask, its eyes two pits of absolute darkness. They say the +1 isn't a country code. It's the extra minute of life you are granted, 1 minute spent in hell just before you die. It's your own voice that calls your loved ones from beyond the grave, pleading with them not to make the same mistake you did. But if they answer, your mother will come back, and she won't be alone. She will come back with the thing that is waiting inside of you. Every night, at 2:47. And it already knows your address.